Well, welcome to part 2. You know what's interesting is it seems as though a good way to drop your trolls is just accidentally stop the stream and start over. Especially when they're on loop like that. That stupid loop they come in with just... And it's the surface information that their influencer buddies have peddled to them, like constipation. Or somebody like that Sam account was probably constipation on loop, because that's all he's got is that stupid same flippin' loop. 2-3 talking points that's been fed to him by, like, somebody like Spamgula G or the Anthony Cruz guy. Another Cruz for some reason. Mark Connors Cruz. Very interesting. Anyways. Back into it. Thanks for joining back in. We dropped a few people back. We shut down the last stream. I even said it right before he got shut down. It's like, okay, I hope that I don't try to access the chat right here and accidentally shut down the stream. Boop, there, I did it. You know, sometimes the mistakes do work out in the long run, though, especially for like learning lessons, or it's kind of, sometimes it does work out in the long run, like the internet stuff. Okay, your mistake, well, I'm not gonna get into it. I'm gonna shut up. Shutting up.
Oh fuck, dude. Number. Yes, I will text you the links to to Angel Don Epley's channel, and I'll send you links to the people on my side of the community, because they...
I'm not saying rent is an emergency expense. I'm saying most Americans can't afford $1,000 emergency expense. So if you need a new transmission and it costs more than $1,000, where's that money going to come from? If you don't have $1,000 in the bank and you get hit with $1,000
or like a $2,000 emergency visit, some shit.
Yeah. Guess where does that money come from? All of a sudden you can't afford rent, right?
Or like uninsured people or underinsured.
Yeah. The point is, like, most Americans are $1,000 from being unable to pay their rent, right? If you have $1,000 savings, yeah,
are better spokespeople than I am. You know, I have CPTSD and stunted my learning ability as I was growing up from a child. So when I'm yelling and stuff, it's not that I'm mad, it's that I'm excited, and, you know, I have to catch myself and calm myself down to where I don't do that. So that's why I'm kind of loud. But I thank you for your time, and I would like to keep in touch with you. And when the lady leaves, would you please give me a call and let me know that everything's okay?
I will do that right now.
I thank you so much, sir, and you have a very pleasant day.
And you too. And thank you for calling.
Appreciate you.
Thank you. Y'all have a blessed day, and I'll be praying for you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You know what he reminds me of? Have you ever seen Dexter?
no, I never seen it.
Oh fuck! So it's a show about this guy who's a serial killer, but he only kills guilty people. And to get away with his shit, like, he was like this really fun, like, he puts on like a southern accent when he wants to like infiltrate someplace. I don't know. To people who watch Dexter, you know, whenever he turns on his southern accent, this is what it sounds like. I can imagine fucking Michael C. Hall on the other side of the line.
Just crazy. And yeah, they're like pleasant. They're like, "Oh, you have a nice day. Hope to stay in touch." You know, it's like we're just doing some lighthearted, friendly gang stalking.
All right, there we have the full unredacted call, right? I mean,
And this was played on FCC's channel, and they're here, they're very proud of it.
Crazy.
crazy
FCC
shit.
would
Dude.
be,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, degenerate.
Might have been a few doxes in there, but shit happens, bro.
They're not gonna. There's nothing to cry about.
No,
I feel like I lose brain
no,
cells.
nothing to cry about at all.
It's like anything is they'll sign off on anything if it has to do with Nunya. It doesn't matter what it is. They're that obsessed with her. They hate her that much. What did Nunya do so bad to have all these people so interested in her rental history and her finances? It's kind of weird.
Weren't they saying that she hired like some sort of private investigator to like dig up info on Tommy Boy or some shit?
I don't think she did that. I would be surprised if she did that.
Yeah, because that's what I heard.
I don't know. Maybe one of the people that don't like Nunya and Glazin.
But then why would they spin that story? Like, out of all stories to spin, why would they spin that?
So the idea is that she hired a private investigator to get Tommy Boy's info, so she deserves this treatment from Vic.
I mean, if that's what they were accusing her of, then obviously they would retaliate in that way. But like I said, those are what I've seen her being accused of.
I'd need to see some evidence of that. I don't think she did that. I think PHI was the one who doxed Tommy Boy. Right, Becky, Ghetto Joe, Nunya didn't hire a PI to look up Tommy Boy, right? That we know of. But I don't know, dude. I think there's something about Nunya that makes these men obsessed with her. You haven't noticed that?
No, I told you I don't look at, you could be any gender. You could be both genders at the same time for all I care, It's like, you just don't let someone hold that kind of power over you, period, no matter who you are, Vic or whoever the fuck. Tommy, fuck your Lord God, dude. Fucking website's dedicated to that guy.
You did too, Hoax. What did I do? I hired a private investigator to go to find out Tommy Boy's info. Blazin's car.
You just reminded me. I passed by a fucking. It looks like a rundown. Like on my way to work, like it looks like a rundown, like used convenience store. But on the outside, there's like a letterhead, or like a sign that's barely hanging onto its last nail, saying like, "Oh, need a private investigator? Suspect your spouse is cheating on you? Call us at da 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 da." It's like that kind of shit.
It's a advertisement for a private investigator.
Yeah, I pass by it every day. When I go to work. No, it just reminded me of that. It's like, you think your spouse is cheating on you?
There was that show Cheaters. They made a whole reality show about this.
Oh yeah. Wasn't it to catch a
It's just called Cheaters.
Don't you
That's
remember
where-
To Catch a Cheater? With those guys? The I
This
think I'm
person says,
remembering the wrong era of YouTube.
This person says you were obsessed with Nunya once too. Nah, you're making that up.
Mitch, it's obvious you hate poor people, Blaze. Poor. Blech. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
They're like, Nunya didn't pay her rent. What do I care? What am I supposed to feel about that? Why do you care so much? That's my question. Why do you guys care so much about, like, to have Nunya's rental status to be a topic for so long? I mean, it's like you guys care so much about this woman you don't know and whether she pays her rent or not, to keep it going for how many months now, to where you're calling her landlord, recording the phone calls, using it as content. That's obsession. You would never catch me doing anything like that.
Catch me outside. How about that? Well, this was something I didn't need to see.
Thank you, Vic, for providing that. The full unredacted call. Let's see. Yeah. There we go, man. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Yeah.
They seem like nice people. It's sad she took advantage of them.
They seem like very nice people, man. Yeah, they're very nice people. Yeah.
Most people just hang up immediately on someone.
So then here's two grown men. They continue after the phone call, after playing it. And now they're continuing gossiping about Nunya on live stream. That's what they do. They play that stalking phone call from Vic, and then they keep talking about Nunya, keep gossiping about her. It's nonstop. That's pretty much all they ever talk about, is they gossip about Nunya and Tommy, CPP.
They fucking had a conversation.
Well, you've seen Red Hood, you've seen Warbot's feed. How much he's obsessed with Nunya. He's stalking her. Like, there's something, you know.
Don't forget. I mean, Warbot. I mean, oh god.
That's not normal.
He calls what I say virtue signaling because, you know, he's abandoned any sort of, you know, decency. So he thinks everything is fair game.
Yeah, he has abandoned all decency and humanity. A lot of
So
them
of
have.
course he you know, when I talk about diffusing situations, of course you call it virtue signaling, of course.
So why do you keep even trying with him?
I just like seeing him squirm, honestly. It's like I type in like 2 sentences and I get like 2 paragraphs in return. And literally, there's like been several times where like I just drop the conversation and he's still responding like like 10 hours later. It's like it's like there was a show, this sitcom where like this daughter walked in on her dad as he was shadowboxing, and she was like, "Yo, Dad, I think the guy you were fighting left a while ago, dude." I was like, "No, yeah, something like that." It's like, I don't know, dude. I don't know. You can only guess at certain people's motives. Like, that's all you can do.
So I asked Anthony Cruz, "What's your problem with me?" He says, "You're a Nunionite, Mitch." Plain and simple.
You're an Onionite.
He's waging. I didn't know. I have no idea who the guy is. So I
But
don't care.
my whole thing is, my whole thing is as much as Tommy, as much as these people have gone out of their way to fucking just burn Tommy down for XYZ reasons. On the flip side, how is there a narrative being spun that Tommy is now somehow a better catcher than PP Mass or something like that? I've heard PP Mass being brought up. I don't like the guy for personal reasons. I've met him, once. But on what planet is CPP a better catcher than PP Mass?
You think PB Mass is better?
Yeah.
Why? What makes him better?
I mean, who was it that? No, I'm thinking of someone else. He's just better in general, like the way he does it. He has, every catcher has that one or two that just, that they completely like muck up. And in terms of, L's, he has considerably less. Just his style and the way he goes about it is just, it's like you can't compare.
You don't think, regardless of how you feel about Tommy as a personally, you don't think he's a good catcher?
Well, you could be a good catcher, but like, what about his conviction rate? There's a lot of debate going on about that. No one can seem to get a fix on his conviction rate. And I'm being genuine. I'm like, no one has seemed to get a fix on it. Like, according to some people, he has 0 convictions. According to Tommy, he has like a billion gazillion. So like, what's the actual rate? Like the conversion rate? Like, shots on target. How many shots wound up in goals?
So they're not even they're not arguing or complaining that the people he catches are guilty. They're just saying, how many did he get prosecuted through the system?
It should be both. I mean, some people prioritize one over the other. I think both should be the kind of ideal end product. Both should kind of be that. Not kinda. I mean, definitely both the exposure and the conviction.
Reddit Anthony Cruz wanted you to know that he's not obsessed with Tommy anymore. He's admitting he used to be, but not anymore. And now it's Ryan. It's Ryan,
it was like
the main target. So
it was like meth clause. Oh yeah, no doubt. Yeah, because I've heard like the fucking, off-world shit that he's about. That's just. I mean, that was just a caricature. Honestly, it was just like a fucking. They were saying gross things about people just cause, and I don't know. It was just it was eerie seeing that happen. Honestly,
Is that a life to be proud of as a grown man? To say, I used to
I mean,
I used to be obsessed with Tommy, and now I'm obsessed with Ryan. Is that?
okay, good point, man. It's like now I'm after Ryan. It's slapped the piss out of you, Anthony. Oh my god, this fucking comment section is just golden. Over 4+ years ago, I didn't dedicate a shrine to the guy. Let that shit go, dude.
Be surprised.
Oh shit, is this like the...
Just let that shit go, Anthony. You'll feel better, man. You'll feel a weight off your shoulders.
Wait, is this the full thing? Because like I saw it like, but then like 5 seconds later he cut it off.
This is something. This is a whole different Vic clip here. You've seen this?
Right. Was this like maybe like a few days ago? After he got swatted or some shit? Wasn't it or
Yeah,
no?
yeah. So you did see this?
I don't think I did, but sure.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either.
You know, number one, I'm gonna let this out. There's a landlord association meeting in Arizona. I got the president's name and a telephone number. And I'm gonna call the president up, Angel Don Epley, and I'm gonna let him know to put your name on a blacklist. You wanna be black so much, bitch, here's your chance. You're on a blacklist. This ain't like having a black card. This is a blacklist of names not to rent to. See, I have all the proof documents from, online that you've been evicted, what, 5 times now. Pretty interesting.
Wouldn't he be doing her a favor? Wouldn't he be doing her a favor?
How so?
Because according to everybody, Arizona's like the worst pace, like renter-wise. So wouldn't he be like prompting her to get out of the state and find a better place or a better state to live in? It's kind of counterintuitive, don't you think? Suppose this, this fucking plan out the wazoo pans out and no homeowner in the state of Arizona would fucking want to rent to her. Wouldn't that prompt her to go elsewhere? That isn't...
favor.
Wouldn't you have just done her a favor?
Exactly.
Christ.
Pretty interesting. Wow. Now, these letters are going to be sent out. I rest assure you that, Nanya. I hope you sleep well. Nanya, think about it. Think about, who am I sending these letters to? Oh, it could be Arizona Bureau of Investigation, because you hacked your landlord. I know you did. You hacked her. We all know how you put these links out for people to click on so you can get their IP address like you try to get war bots. Hey, Nanya, don't you remember you asking people, give me good guys, I need good guy's name, I need something. And they knew I had his email, they knew I had a telephone number. And you cried and cried, bitch, to me wanting it, and I wouldn't give it to you. However, after I did call him out, good guy, I did give the number out, I did give his email out. That's how you found him, is through me. See, it's easy for me to find anything I want to find, bitch. Remember that. Remember it. Not only you can look people up, and you dox people because they don't go with your flow. They go against you one time about something because they have morals and you have none. You have no morals, just like Cat Greed. Just like all the rest of them scummy ass bitches and bastards in your chat.
What the
We
fuck?
see it. Birds of a feather flock together. If you're gonna flock together, by God, you better enjoy the fleas and the ticks. And I hope you enjoy your feelings right now. Because I'm either going to take it either higher or I'm going to take it lower. I might become lower and take it higher. However you want to look at it. Information is going out to the right people. The right people. The people that you want on your side at the end of the day. We're not talking about people in a community. Because they're fake, just like you. You have no morals. So therefore, you can stay under that rock. And guess what? While you're under that rock, there's going to be more rocks piled on top of that rock. You'll never get out from up under the rock. That's heading your way. It won't be long, Nanya. It won't be long, honey. It won't be long. And there will be a picture of you. I'm very sure of that. Maybe, Nanya, I might meet you in court. Maybe this might have something to do with getting your ass into court. And you cannot hide your pretty little round face.
Yikes. So are we doing a bad thing by amplifying this guy's message, or are we doing a good thing by like getting, you know, giving a public service announcement about this guy?
I mean, to anyone who knows him, anyone who knows, you know, the goings on. It's pretty clear that he's not in the right state of mind. He hasn't been for a while. His behavior is not normal. As normal as it may sound, it's not normal.
Well,
Like, it's like any any official, like, it's not normal.
what if you're
This guy, I had to talk this guy. I don't know if you remember Twomper.
I've heard of him.
Yeah, this guy that he was beefing with, and it was getting heated, and I had to talk him down fucking a long time ago.
Talk him down from.
Because I was genuinely fucking concerned that he would go and fucking do something to some guy over the internet that just said a few fucking words to him.
That's all that happened. It was something the guy said was.
It's like, cause the guy was known for fucking trolling people. the guy knew how to get under people's skin, and he was fucking falling for it, hook, line, and sinker. And he got so mad to the point of fucking violence.
When you had to talk him down, what did you say? Don't throw your life away because you're triggered about.
Right, something along those lines.
Yeah, that's crazy that people would be.
Yeah, because no, I mean, back then, you know, back then it was like it was more of a like, oh, this is probably a one-off thing where this guy's getting like so angry, but like now it's like this isn't new. That little incident wasn't new, you know, and the more he behaves that way, the more like it's, you know, it's like no matter how much you think someone may or may not deserve it, like, you know, it's not normal, and it's teetering on stalking and a whole host of other bullshit. You know?
What can we do about it?
And then, you know, what can you do? I mean, you can't. I mean, you just don't give him. Just don't pay him. You know. I mean, he's putting out a plan. I mean, he's laying out like, you know, these clues for people to follow. Just don't like. Just. I don't know what you do or what you don't do. I mean, I don't know. You don't egg the guy on.
Exactly.
But then that's, you know. But I mean, Mitch, earlier you were like, oh, why don't we go around calling people, calling the landlords, and, you know, telling them that, oh, he's a liar. And then my mind immediately flashed to, you know, what if, you know, they're still in like some sort of legal whatever between her and the landlords, and, you know, what if on the off chance your call just backfires on her and it makes the situation worse. So I'm like, yeah, you know, as tempted as you are to do that, it's just it's maybe not the right call.
Fair enough.
And when you think about, you know, how often he just floats his address around, you know, just because he wants to instigate, you know, he wants people to delve to that level of desperation to where they would want to fight, you know, exactly the way that he's been fighting. And, you know, if that happens, it would be his playground, obviously, because he would have wanted it.
You won't be able to hide it. And Nanya, I will do the same thing to you that you tried to do to me. Film the court hearing. Maybe that's what I'm sending out to the lawyer, the attorney, the courts, the judge. They could be the ones that's getting this. Because this is the first step, Nanya, is sending the letter out. Send it out registered so you know they got it. Then when you call them and you tell them you want something done about it, they know you for real because they've seen the evidence. Yeah, Nanya, that video you took in the courtroom, I have it, bitch. I have the recording. You said you did it. Look forward to court, Nanya. Because really, bitch, that's what's in these letters right here. And also to Hot Springs Police Department and a few other Leos. They're all going to know about you. And not only have I sent these letters, there's other people on the blue side that is doing the same thing. So not only one letter will be sent, maybe 10, maybe 20. So they're going to know, and they're going to look up your past history, and they're going to see that you're a complete failure and that you're a liar, and your word, the breath you breathe don't mean nothing. Nothing. Because you're a liar. I can prove you're a liar in court. Go ahead and lie and say you didn't say something. By God, I have what you said, Nanya. I have it. I even have that video where you said that I was a stupid ass giving you my ID. You should dox me. Don't you remember that, Nanya? You remember that last year? Right when I was going to Arizona. You remember that, don't you? I know you do. I have the video so I can play it for you. You made that threat to me. And I told you, you dox me, I'll dox 5 of your friends. Well, you got Clown to dox me. That's fine. Clown can dox me. Well, guess what? Today, I'm going to put out somebody's picture. And they know who they are. They sent the picture to me. Okay? They sent the picture to me. And remind you, I didn't ask for this fucking picture. I didn't want to have nothing to do with this person. And I have proof. I told this person to leave me alone. Why the fuck they're gonna send me a picture thinking, oh, well, that's a pretty woman there. Oh, well, I want to be your friend. I want to fuck you. Oh, hell no.
What the fuck?
I'm not that kind of man. You're not gonna weasel yourself back up next to me. You had your chance, and you failed it miserably. So yes, your fucking picture is coming out because I see you playing that game. I'm not Nanya's friend. I know damn well you are Nanya's friend. I called you out on that. I called you out. And the same motherfucking thing you do, bitch. If I did it, oh, that's a threat. That's a threat. Fuck you, cunt. Your picture's going out, and you know who you are. I'm not gonna put a name beside it. I'm gonna let you sweat it.
I mean, just from this alone, you know, any
Okay.
fucking
And this is
public
because
official.
of how I'm working the same way Nana's work. Nanya is working. She gets her little cronies to do it. Vic, he don't have to have cronies. He'll do it himself. And I'll stand on it when I do it. I'm not gonna back down. I'm gonna stand on it. So get ready. 2025. That's a good year. 2025 is coming alive. Just remember that, Nanya. Your nightmare has come alive. And it's creeping around a corner everywhere you go. Karma is a bitch.
You good, Mitch?
So after that point, he just starts doxing and stuff. So I probably shouldn't play it on the stream, but you get the idea. This is what's going on.
Yeah, just by looking at that, it's just.
But there's people, like you said, the people shouldn't be egging him on, but there are, and I joke around about calling Nunya's landlord. I'm not trying to egg him on. The people that are egging him on, dude, are the ones who are like, yeah, you know, you're doing the Lord's work, Vic. Thank you, Vic. You know, you're right, Vic. Nunya is that bad, and she deserves this. Where's the one person who is in Vic's life, who cares about him, who's telling him this is a bad idea?
There is none.
Isn't that kind of sad?
It is very sad.
So, wouldn't anyone who cares about him tell him it's a bad idea?
I guess. You know, but
If you,
there's no one that cares about him. He has no one in his life. It's none of my. It's not. It isn't anyone's business. You know, to think of it. When you really think of it, it isn't anyone's business. But then you start behaving that way online. It's just you prompt people to think about those things.
if I cared about Vic, I would tell him this is a bad idea. But I don't see anyone. I don't see anyone who is. All I see telling Vic that it's a bad idea are Vic's enemies. I don't see any of his allies or the places he hangs out. Like, you know, they still platform.
I'm not even. It's like take it from someone who's on neither side, dude.
They still platform Vic though, like that Jackoff guy, you know, Jackoff.
Yeah. Oh, he's Warbot's buddy.
Yeah, he still platforms Vic, and that NT meth.
Shit. Fuck. Sorry.
NT meth platforms Vic.
Yeah, because NTF is content starved. Oh yeah, she says I talked about her children. That's why. That's my whole thing right now. It's like, fucking. All I remember doing was comparing her house to the Resident Evil 7 house.
Who? NTF?
Yeah, NTFs. Yeah, if anyone who's played Resident Evil 7, fucking Biohazard, the fucking that house. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. NTF, you're the one who.
And she gets mad about it. Starts, you know, making fucking ableist jokes and shit like that. I mean, like, it's nothing I haven't heard before, but it's like, you know.
She did that to you?
No, yeah, and then she was like, oh, he'll never have kids. You know, you can't have kids. You know, with no legs. Da, 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 da.
Wow.
And I'm like, I don't see kids in my future per se, but I guarantee you 1,000% if I did have one, I'd be a better parent than you.
She went that far all because you said Resident Evil? You look like you live in Resident
It's
Evil?
a fucking... like,
funny.
I compared her house to the Resident Evil 7 Biohazard house.
Yeah, that's not... And it was based on... she did a cam slip. You accidentally turned your camera on. You showed everyone that you live in a super messy room. You gotta expect some ball busting. That's all you were doing.
Right.
That's what this whole community was like. That was the fun of it. At a certain point, was that you could ball
have kids. It's not like I don't have a dick. I don't know where her logic. I mean, you know, that comment there just speaks to her level of intelligence. You know, as if legs are an essential need for procreation. But anyway,
NTF is super low IQ.
Fucking Jesus Christ.
But she
Dude,
goes
you could take a chainsaw, slice my arms off, and I'd still be 10 times the parent you are.
Yeah. She really.
But hey, I mean, she talk reckless about, wanting to make ableist jokes and shit. See, I don't mind that, but I know for a fact she's trying to, there's a difference when you can tell when someone's trying to actually get at you and not when someone's, trolling you or some shit. Like, if fucking bad guy or Damone says that kind of shit and goes super duper dark with it, I know 110% that they're obviously joking. And that's how they joke.
Yeah.
But it's like, come at me sideways,
You don't know her like that, to where you guys can joke around like that.
Right. Yeah, so there's no other reason other than trying to hurt me pretty much, so.
She called FCC a pedo.
And now FCC her best friend.
That's just ridiculous, but
She, that John Gotti person, fucking doxing the absolute shit out of her, and now they're fucking buddy-buddy. Worked that one out.
She goes live a lot, and people need a place to hang out, so... Not a lot of people go live anymore, compared to how it used to be.
And you're surprised by this?
No.
With the state things are at right now.
No.
And there's no room to be neutral. There's no room to be neutral because, there's people on the fucking PHI or the Nunionite and, PHI, all those people that literally in my stream, a few of them jumped in and they're like, we're just having a fucking cordial conversation. And there's people that, in any other place on YouTube, you just get along fine with. But no, you have to adhere to the side shit.
Well, when one of the sides is like, it seems like it's still all of the Edvidians.
Edvidians?
Yeah, all the Ed supporters, they all stuck together. And now that's like one side.
I mean, I give people the benefit of the doubt, honestly. I will still never let Sabby go. Can you hear me at all still?
Yeah. I'm listening.
Okay. I will never let what Sabby did. She and she could fight me on this. She fucking, back when the original document came out, she was like, oh yeah, that document doesn't exist, it's fake. Like, bitch, it's right here. I'm looking at it. Are you telling me that what I'm looking at is fake and doesn't exist? I'm looking at it.
Sabby did that?
Yes. I'm looking at it. And then there was a few people like Clovis, right? Clovis, she when she saw it, that's where I give Ryan a bit of fucking, I'd be like, what are you doing? It's like, you guys talk about, once you guys see proof, definitive proof. I mean, when you're really thinking about it, it looked bad, but it wasn't definitive proof of anything. Yeah, you could have all the feelings you want about it, but it wasn't definitive proof of anything. He was listed as suspect, not officially, So you can only blame people to a certain extent for not believing it right away, or maybe for saying, maybe there's more to the story, maybe there's more that's going on here, But then when when what you dropped came out, that's when people were like, yeah, no. And that makes sense, doesn't it?
but he had already been arrested in a CP raid, and it never really got answered. It never got resolved. You know, he never tried to get his phone back. You know, so that was always
No,
going to be a
right.
problem.
Like I said, there's people who were willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. There's people who are like, oh yeah, there's probably more to this, and those people were the quote unquote Edvidians. And then there was people who needed to see that final nail in the coffin, which to some extent I kind of don't blame them, because that's definitive proof that says in big bold letters, hey, this device which contain XYZ amount of CP belongs to Edward. And if you're still doubting after seeing that, then there is no sort of mental facility that will treat your condition. If that makes sense. The denial. Yeah, of course the denial. The denial of the document even existing, the original one, aka Savvy, looking at you. She's like, oh, it doesn't exist, it's fake. I'm staring at it.
Oh, the latest thing is Tommy Boy came up, and his big gotcha against Nunya is that Nunya, there's evidence of Nunya and Ed having a conversation, and you see Nunya saying, hey, you know, I don't think you're guilty. At least I hope not. This was like when he first got arrested in that raid, but we didn't have the second paperwork out, right? And so it's like a phone call or like a Instagram convo between Ed and Nunya, right? And so this is
Right.
Tommy Boy saying like, look everyone, Nunya was secretly, guilty in some way regarding Ed, even though
No, I mean,
Nunya,
if he can show proof of that, then yeah. I mean, that's something to consider.
he showed a private conversation where Nunya was saying, I don't think you're guilty, or I hope you're not guilty, and I don't know, some other stuff, but besides that convo, almost no one went harder at Ed than Nunya did. She campaigned and campaigned and campaigned against Ed Stairs. And so, I don't know, to me, she showed superior judgment to the people that stuck by Ed Stairs. Right? Because she went totally anti-Ed, besides that one conversation where she tried to call a truce because all of her people were getting doxxed, and it had just gotten really ugly.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, because my earbuds just died.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Make sure. Okay, cool. Continue.
I'm saying it, Nunya, where was I? Oh, Tommy Boy. I talked to Tommy Boy. I did a stream on Tuesday. And Tommy Boy came up and said, I have this bombshell evidence against Nunya. And it was Nunya and Ed having a conversation. But I don't know, what's Tommy Boy's point? Just this topic being the Edvidians, who supported Ed, who didn't. Everyone's pointing fingers at each other to this day. It's been since July that he got caught with that shit on his phone, or rather the paperwork came out.
July of 23 or 24? It had to be 23.
23. No, 23 was when he was arrested in the raid.
No, because I remember. Because I remember I was still in school. I was like, I remember where I was when the original thing happened.
Yeah.
I was in school getting cookies from the vending machine. And then I looked down at my phone and the cookies fell out of my hand. I
It's like
swear to you, I will never forget where I was on that day. Ever.
It's like a where were you moment.
Was it C? Yeah, it's like I will never forget. And then I think on that when that very same second, I think he was like somewhere in the air on his way towards the fucking, infamous Florida trip.
April 2023 is when Predcatcher Drama dropped the docs.
So I was still in school, yeah. So yeah, I remember.
That's when we found out that Ed had been arrested in the CP raid. But Ed came out and said, I was arrested for drugs. I wasn't arrested for CP. Right?
So
and that was the
So then why would it say CP on the original document? That's my thing.
That's why the house was raided. That's why they went in there in the first place. So the police got a tip that said there's CP at this house. So they go and they raid the house and they charge the brothers with drugs, but they don't charge them with CP. Right?
Right.
And so that's all we know for years, or until the next year. And then July this past year, we find out, they weren't charged because they didn't meet the federal, they had CP, they just didn't meet federal minimum guidelines. That's why they weren't charged. So that whole time in between, and everyone was saying, Ed is a suspect. Ed, there's something wrong. Like this Ed Stairs guy, he's not innocent. Like he hasn't been proven innocent. And that was the big fight. Right. And then one thing leads to another. It turns out, he had CP on his phone, just not enough to get charged federally. So, and then you had people like Sam coming out and saying he's 100% innocent. In between that time, he's 100% innocent. I'm sure of it.
Because because Tommy is on one side, Sam is on one side. A plus B equals C.
Then Angela G comes out and says, "I'm gonna sue you guys if you keep calling my friend Ed, a suspect." What does that tell you?
Yeah, that's just levels of insanity, My whole thing is, how good does he know these people? Like, why are you batting for him so hard? Like, sure, you're entitled to your opinion, but Jesus fuck. It's like a level of just desperation to just, cleanse a man's image at the expense of your own.
Why?
I found that astonishing, in my opinion.
Yeah, there's a whole playlist. I'll post it in chat. The panel channel made of. It's like people, or a compilation, and then it's like people sticking up for Ed.
That's insane. I personally found that to be insane.
Well, Denise and Ed go way back.
Oh, Denise, we don't.
No, we don't. But I can tell you how he came into my attention was when somebody else said she had gone up to Massachusetts to find somebody that was sick on me. And she found him, and she was really proud of herself because she found out he was from Brockton, Massachusetts. I got family in Brockton. She also knew, because it was something I guess he bragged about or whatever in his discords. I wasn't there. But that's how I got to know him, was he got sick on me, and I see the name, I look it up. And my brother-in-law was a bartender in Brockton.
Massachusetts is corrupt as all hell.
That's the seed and spawning ground of a lot of the corruption. But I wanted to get at the thing that was said about, you were saying a few months ago about the feds said it wasn't up to standard to do anything about stairs. That was part of the protection. And in fact, it does go back to Brockton, because one of Stairs' calling cards was that his dad, Ed Stairs Sr., who also was running the Black Pearls business that had all those very young Polynesian-looking girls in the Facebook friends group. And he was still alive when I found that. But Stairs would brag that his dad was drinking buddies with, I can't remember the guy's first name. I think it was Tony Aguiello. Aguiello, I'm pronouncing it wrong because I'm not good with a lot of Italian names, but Aguiello was the Brockton, and you can look this up. It's all in the FBI files of the history up there of the New England Mafia crime families. Aguiello ran all of the casinos and bars in that part of Massachusetts. Okay, now put two and two together. My brother-in-law was a bartender. Ex-Marine, that was one of the jobs he had when he first got back to civilian life before he went on to work at other things. So when Ed Stairs started, bragging how he was gonna do, it was Clovis who sent him, because she's also she's a very central part of this thing, although she's on her way out now. But that was how he came to my attention. And of course, the first thing I did, as I said, was look him up, say, okay, I see where this guy's coming from. Because see, I never came in here for fellowship and fun and LARPing and all that crap. I came into this whole YouTube situation because the man who was threatening my daughter when she was still alive was bragging in a forum about having hooked up with some people in YouTube who could do all this stuff. And then I found out who one of them was, Monograph. Monograph was fully behind, still is behind Glazin Scar, Clovis, that whole bunch. He runs, and he's also got Boston connections because he did a lot of his porn movies, his film, adult film, and I guess he keeps it legal. Somehow he skirts around. I don't know if he ever really used children, but he uses young actresses who can look like children. So he really is producing child porn. And you can argue with, courtroom philosophers about what that is. If it's a crime or not, I don't know. But he did do some of that in Boston area. And he did come out of a prep school in Maine. So there's a whole lot, and there's a lot of other connection going on. I don't need to go into here, it's off topic. But I just wanted to put that out there. Is Ed Stairs got protected by the old FBI. The new FBI is starting up now. And there's no statute of limitations on any of this stuff. They are going back over these things. They are going back over it with a fine-tooth comb, because one of the things that a lot of people in this community do not know, because it doesn't really concern you, is that Clovis and her friends were in the group that went after Ken Paxton, tried to impeach the Texas Attorney General, which was thrown out in about 5 minutes of looking at it. And he's still the Texas Attorney General. And it was his Texas Attorney General office that put out that warrant, and that also made it clear to the pred catchers who were doing the Freedom of Information requests. They didn't get stonewalled. The Attorney General's office was very honest with them and said, look, there is ongoing investigation. There is more to this than we can send you right now. So they openly said, hey, stay in touch. And then if you look carefully at all the paperwork, what happened was the Polk County Sheriff, corrupt as all get out, sent those guys in with the warrant without any body cams. And in Polk County, it's right there in the written protocols that if you're going to serve a search warrant, you got your body cam running the whole time. So they could not, they had a technicality at which it was like, you know, it wasn't a search without a warrant, but because they didn't have the body cams, they could be shown to have been doing misconduct. So they didn't feel like they could go forward. And then apparently one of them, that the guy who went to the federals and said, can you do this? Federal said, no, we can't touch it. So it was all a CYA cover your ass operation from the top to the bottom.
Imagine the kind of harebrained operation that would include Clovis.
Clovis was set up with her channel back in the Bundy Las Vegas days. And she had a lot of the stuff she took down was very interesting because she had propaganda videos setting up the attacks on the oil ports. She was working with the Keystone Pipeline protest group, claiming she's a conservative, right-wing rah-rah, but at the same time, because she's a narcissist who craves attention, she was being played by these people. Monograph and Agent 19 were really the ringleaders, playing all these people against each other, picking up the ones who were psychologically, like this guy Vic Bastard, the Victorious Bastard asshole.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be doing that stuff if he didn't have that personality structure. Well, these people around Monograph came out of a psychological training program. And one of the things they do, and this goes up right up to the crooked FBI level. That's why, you know, we see what's happening now, right now. And that's why they're scared of Kash Patel, because he's not going to fall for this crap, because he's professionally and culturally outside the system. Because the way they got it set up, they can play on Western American Anglo culture like that, like the landlady there. She's being friendly to Vic because he sounds local. And he's just being a good old boy. And she's not even thinking. He told her how menacing it sounded when he said, you know, I've been looking at family and you've been in business a long time and I know a lot about you. I mean, that makes the hair stand up on the back of my neck when someone says something like that. But that lady, small town, naive, went right with it because he sounded like a local good old boy.
What I'm trying to picture is this crack team of political operatives that says, we need to blackmail the Attorney General of Texas, get Clovis on the line, stat.
Clovis was able to get Crano, who is a former chemical industry worker who's been a radical against the oil industry for decades. And she put $40,000 into this crowd. 11,000 of it went to Thomas Schoenberger. You remember that fight over that? Because she sent him that money, and that was in connection with Clovis. They thought they bought him for that money. He took the money and laughed at him. And they recorded a phone call with him. They asked him questions about me, and they played off his personality because he's the kind of person that will tell you what will make you happy. So they wanted him to say bad things about me. He wouldn't do that, but he did say enough stuff to try to make them happy so that they thought they could twist it. And Clovis played the phone call in her thing. Now, the reason they wanted to go after him is he is very close to the top. People laugh at him because of the way he behaves and stuff with his, you know, Saint Germain piano crap. But the fact is, he's a trust fund baby of a wealthy family. He married an Iranian woman. Had his son is by the mother of his son is an Iranian woman who is, I think, the niece. She's not the daughter, but she's something like the niece of Nasser Kazemini, who owns NJK Holding. You look that up. Look up Kazemini, Kazeminy, just the way it sounds. Look up it's No Joker is how I remember it. NJK Holding Company. It's an investment company. And then you're going to find all this cultural stuff. And Thomas Schoenberger did make those trips to the Mideast. He did work for the Pentagon. So that's why they want him. And Clovis was working with somebody who was giving her stuff on the Mideast and stuff on Corpus Christi because we've got a lot of business here from Saudi Arabia. She was putting up videos about that.
If Clovis gets wind that we were talking about any of this, it's going to stress her out.
I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. I'm glad she's dying. I'm sorry to put that on your panel. You don't want that on your panel. I won't say it again, but I don't give a damn. Because they're coming, this is the same group that killed my daughter. And you think, well, I think it was you, Red Hook, who was saying something about, well, elderly think everything's magic and stuff. Well, most do. Unfortunately, you're right. But some of us, like me, we've been around the place when we were young. And we come from connections and families, and we know the experience. And that's a scary thing. That some elderly have long memories, and we're still clear-headed. And we're scarier than the ones like poor Nunya's landlady. And I say poor Nunya because, frankly, whatever she's been doing for being irresponsible, whatever, is no different from 90% of the people living hand to mouth in this country. And I think they're really going after her over those phone calls. I think that's really what got their panties in a bunch. And Ed Stairs' people are scared because they know that right now the FBI is the new FBI is going over the books of the old FBI. They're not only going after people that slip through the cracks in the streets, but they're going after their own agents.
Oh yeah.
You know, so I mean, you know, it's shit's flying off fan blades all over the barn. So anyway.
I heard that there's a Rasmussen poll that says for the first time in 23 years, more Americans believe that the country is on the right track more than people who think the country's not on the right track.
Oh, yeah, they're right. Because the ones who think it's not on the right track, they're not thinking. They're just playing along with propaganda. And when you can get them to stop long enough to think, they go, oh my God, you know? I mean, they can still hate Trump, but they can't deny all the bookwork that's coming out. And if they do get rid of Elon Musk, get him fired or whatever, it doesn't matter because the stuff's out there.
For the last 23 years, they've done this poll, and every single time, Americans have voted. More Americans have voted that we're on the wrong track than we're on the right track until this past week. 4 weeks into Trump's presidency. That's how optimistic people are.
Yeah, well, I've got to go. I see my battery's going down, and I should have been asleep a long time ago. But
yeah,
I hope you leave this. I hope you leave the stream up for a while because I did put it in my X page and tagged a few interesting, individuals in it.
Ooh. Okay, we appreciate that. And
yeah, I mean, I told them because it's hard when it's all still streaming to put a timestamp, but I told them to go 2 hours in and they'll catch Vic's conversation with the landlord. So,
cool.
Well, good night, guys. Good night, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Denise. We'll talk to you. We'll talk to you next time. Thank you.
Yeah. Bye bye.
And we'll put a link to Denise's channel in the chat there.
Sorry, I just woke up. Oh, what I miss?
One does it like Denise.
What's up?
She broke it up. She broke it all down.
Oh, I must have missed her.
How do you feel about Kash Patel, new head of the FBI? Read it?
I've been pretty preoccupied with work lately and just life in general, so forgive me if I don't know right away who these new people in the media are.
Trump is basically wiping out the establishment. He's putting his own people in charge of these high-ranking positions. So he's installing a new director of FBI, this guy Kash Patel, and he was just sworn in this past week. That's why it's topical.
So he's like a complete outsider?
He's a prosecutor. He's like a federal prosecutor.
No, but like in terms of like why are they making such a big deal about it? Like, is he like an outsider? Is he like in the whole?
He has vowed to make drastic changes compared to what was going on. Yeah. And you heard of the Thomas Schoenberger guy? That Denise was just talking about?
I'm gonna take a wild guess. Is he like another one of these appointees? Or?
He's just he's a composer, but people are obsessed with him. It's one of these people that people get obsessed with. And Denise was just talking about him. And that guy has the same lawyer as Kash Patel, the new director of the FBI. So that would be that'd be just kind of intimidating if you have been one of the people stalking this guy for the last several years, and all of a sudden his lawyer has the same lawyer as the director of the FBI. That's not good.
It's not good at all.
Yeah, so a lot of people are running scared and acting really weird lately because the hammer of justice is coming.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming.
No, it's not about being well cultured. He's not into politics. That's fine.
Not
Politics
much.
are a drag.
It really is. But yeah.
So what's the next comic book movie that's coming out that you're looking forward to?
None actually. I don't watch nothing recently. It's all been trash. But
What's the last good
that's
movie?
that's for my panel, you know. You can keep going on about this subject matter. I mean, I don't mind. I'm not trying to invade.
How do people find your
Invasion of the
panel?
Red Snatchers.
How do people find your channel?
Just did my shit just turn off? Oh no, did it?
And we go to your channel and you talk about mainstream normie stuff, movie reviews.
Yeah, if I go live, next it'll probably be a mix of, you know, just BS, and the next big thing is that James Bond was acquired by Amazon MGM.
What it used to be owned by?
Just by the Broccolis, the sons of the original owner, the son and daughter of the original owner, and it's worrying because fucking how Amazon likes to inject, you know, woke politics into everything.
So James Bond is going to be a black woman?
You never know, dude.
Well, woke stuff is killing entertainment.
Right, it is.
We talked about Wicked last time, I think.
Oh yeah, no. What I wanted to say, it was
Wicked, like whoever was like the PR manager or somebody, the person who was in charge of fucking marketing,
Mm-hmm.
they sold like action figures of like the Wicked, like the witch and shit. On the back, they put wicked.com. Wicked.com is a porn site.
Oops.
So, unfortunately, a few, probably 1,000 odd children wound up on that site where it was supposed to be wickedmovie.com.
Wow.
And instead they put
remember
that product that got shipped to, I would say, thousands of stores had a fucking porn link on the back of it. Yeah, that was their kerfuffle, but yeah, James Bond being acquired by Amazon MGM is not a good sign.
Oh shit. Okay. Damn.
So that's probably like if I do a stream, maybe in like a whenever, that's probably what I'm gonna talk about, like the ins and outs of it.
It's like they have to take everything that's ever existed and redo it with a like minority character instead.
It's like it's not. James Bond is one of those characters who should be straight and white, and even what's her name? God, she's gorgeous. How can I forget her name? There you go, Ana de Armas. They were like, "Oh, why don't you be the female James Bond or something like that?" And she straight up said, "No. Like, why don't you just create a female character for me? I want to be James Bond."
They offered that to her?
Yeah, it's a Ana de Armas. They offered her, or no, they didn't offer. You know how news like to get their little headlines and shit. And they're like, "Oh, and they're running to play a female James Bond." Da, 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 da. She was like, "No, I'd rather them make an original story with an original character for me."
Okay. It's just weird that a woman would even be answering that question. No thanks, I don't want to be James Bond.
Or like Anthony Mackie saying Captain America shouldn't be practicing American values or some shit like that. That was just strange, but anyway.
We know Trump made Mel Gibson and Sylvester Stallone his ambassadors to Hollywood.
That's my whole thing is Mel Gibson's making fucking Passion of the Christ 2 with Jim Caviezel. I'm like, if he gets a distributor, that shit's gonna blow up, in my opinion. It's gonna blow up.
Did you
watch fucking Rocky again, bro? You don't get movies like Rocky anymore.
Yeah, you don't. Why is that?
Because the world's gone to shit. You don't get cool movies like John Wick anymore. Actually, no. So the John Wick is doing a spin-off of Ballerina, and that actress I was talking about, Ana de Armas, she's doing the starring role. And right from the off, they're showing just how much of a disadvantage women are at. Like, you see, like, in most action movies, women are just taking down men 10 times their size. And in the training, she's like, okay, you will be trained in the art of da-da-da-da-da. Step 1, speed. 2, agility. And if all else fails, you cheat. and it shows her kicking some guy in the balls because what the fuck else are you gonna do against a fucking Hulk-looking guy? You know, what are you gonna do? So yeah, I like that. I care about women and children being targeted. What? Oh, never mind. I read that wrong. What the fuck? John Wick is gonna be a chick. It's actually a lot of people are excited about that because, like I said, they're showing authentic fighting. Like how a woman trying to take down all those men would actually be like she wouldn't just run past all of them like it was nothing.
What was the last movie you saw in a theater?
Actually, last night I was in I was in Scotty's. Are you cool with Scotty? It's a shame I even have to ask that. Who's cool with who? Yeah, I was in Scotty's. I was talking about yesterday, and I'm going today as well. They re-released the first 4 Harry Potter films in theaters, like sequentially. And yeah, my wallet's been taking a fucking hit because I had to take my family. But it's worth it, you know. It really is worth it.
I didn't know you knew Scotty.
Yeah, I've hung out at his place, you know, a bunch of times.
Oh, so you've seen Ray over there?
Yeah. Oh my god, my dog just took a shit. Oh. Oh god. Oh god, I can smell it. Oh god. Jesus fuck.
You trained your dog to do that as soon as he hears the name Ray?
Oh. No.
What kind of dog?
Oh. Oh god, good morning people. Fuck.
So
Oh, that's not right, dude. Oh fuck. That's not right.
Your dog?
That's not right, dude. Foul.
Your dog,
Oh my god.
What, was it outdoors at least?
No. Jesus Christ. He's a bit of a mixed bag. Sometimes does it outdoors, and when there's no one around to, he just does it at the designated pad area. But it still smells like fucking dog. He's not doing it all over the house, which is good. He has this designated spot that without fail. But anyway, enough about my dog. Yeah. So what else is there to cover, you know?
Take him out.
Like I said, I'm just like observing, you know.
Who you got in the fight, Ray or Scotty?
I'm gonna say Ray just on the basis of I don't know what Scotty's physique is like.
I respect your prediction. Personally, I think Scotty wins that in about 8 seconds.
And I think I know why you said that, but I just didn't want to say why.
Because whenever Scotty wanted to, he could send Ray into the shadow realm with one spinning back kick.
Fucking roundhouse kick.
Ray has no idea what he's up against.
There's no mercy. We do not train to be merciful. Fear does not exist in this dojo.
You know how YouTubers and their haters, like, they try to get each other on everything, right? So Scotty's enemies, Scotty was a karate instructor, right? And he instructed adults and kids. And in the course of doing that, you know, you're teaching kids how to strike and stuff. So what they're trying to get Scotty on is that because there's a clip of him and he's like, yeah, you know, I teach kids and adults, and you know, sometimes I would have to kick a kid. And now they like clip that and they're trying to like cancel
Get him on
Scotty.
what, like child abuse or some shit?
They're trying to cancel Scotty as a kid kicker. And he's like, it was literally part of my job description.
Kicking kids. No. What was really funny is that Alex, his spot. I don't know if you remember. I don't know if you go back that far, but Alex's old sponsor for Alex's old sponsor for his catches was like this company that promoted backyard wrestling. And every day, every video for like, it was like a 2-minute ad, he would put that.
Are you
There's
serious?
kids jumping off fucking ladders, the tables, kids like from like 12 to like 17, fucking jumping off the ladders, just.
These are Alex's catches on YouTube.
His old catches, this was way back when. And then somewhere along the line, he probably thought, yeah, that's probably not a good idea.
Wow, Alex was always looking for ways to monetize it.
Backyard wrestling. These kids just fucking going at each other with chairs and shit.
Hey, do you want to advertise your?
Oh, we save kids, but we also promote them flying off the ladders.
We protect kids, yeah, for friends. Wow.
I think he laughed about it too.
Like, what was it promoting? God. Tickets to the next event, or the YouTube channel, or
What do you mean?
training? Like, what was the advertisement? Like, you know, like right before you went to click on an,
No, it
Alex
was
catch.
right after. It was right at the beginning of every catch video.
Every Alex video.
Yeah, right at the beginning, it was like this ad, which was fucking. One kid flew off a fucking ladder off the top rope. Another kid just elbow dropped this other kid through a table.
But wait, it said like, what, Sunday, you know?
Backyard wrestler or something like that. And then he had another one called Alpha Bravo Tech, where it was just like a tech. I think it was like a tech repair store. Like you could like just give them anything and they'd just like repair it.
But like local to where you lived?
I think it was like a Texas local sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Alright. Wow.
Slip Dimensions. That's what I remember. Fucking backyard wrestling.
Vlad's doubting this happened?
I was there. Well, then you must be remembering it wrong. I mean, it was funny.
Catches.
It was hilarious. But yeah, I think at some point he switched sponsors to like the tech repair company. Like I think he had different sponsors before, but now he obviously doesn't need any.
Backyard wrestling. One kid's getting a German suplex onto a ladder.
If I didn't see that, then I don't know what I was watching. because that's what it was for like a good, probably half a year. Just at the beginning of every catch. It's like I knew it wasn't Alex catch because fucking video opens up with a kid flying off a ladder. No, and I remember his first catch was like the boxing pred, where he punched this guy so hard that he fucking collapsed. And then everyone got scared and shit. I was like, oh shit, I probably shouldn't have done that. Fuck. I remember T-Cuz. I remember Born This Way pred. I remember T-Cuz. I remember Born This Way. I remember Ninja pred, which was an Asian guy. Go figure. I remember the gay couple at that hotel, and one of them was like mildly retarded. Who else? Oh, I remember the Indian guy. Parvez. Parvez, that was his name. I remember Parvez. It was a collab he did with Toronto. The old PP Toronto. The old PP Toronto is no longer around. But yeah, the guy he got on a bus for like 2 hours to meet the decoy. So yeah, I know my shit from back in the day. Gomez, you pedo-loving Nunyonite. What the fuck? Jesus Christ. Say what you want about Nunyonites, but I doubt they love pedos. In their hearts. I truly doubt it. Where'd you go, Mitch? Well, I guess Hoax Wars is mine now, to do with as I please. Who else do I remember? Born This Way. The Indian guy who like the Indian guy who said he was like a Homeland Security worker. I tried to kiss his feet. That was hilarious. I remember Dark Side Pred, the Emperor. Oh, the Sith Lord. Sith Lord. There you go, Sith Lord. It's like, I am the Sith Lord. Mitch, where'd you go? What the fuck even is that? What is that? Is that... Oh my god, is that from Unhinged? Mitch, is that from Unhinged? Is that fucking Russell Crowe? Palpatine. Yeah, this... One of the Preds called himself the Dark Lord of the Sith. He's like, oh, he's a Dark Lord? Well, we're about to Order 66 his ass. Well, it's not on the floor, it's on a pad, but still. I'll probably get on that soon. The Dark One? Who the fuck is the Dark One? Yo, where's Mitch? Where's this fucking...
Yo, Reddit, a long time ago, I pulled up on a panel, and there were a bunch of people up there, and I thought Damone was there, and I pulled up to trash talk him. I'm like, hey, Damone. And then you answered as Damone, and you did a perfect impression of him, and it fooled me, and I thought I was talking to Damone. You made me feel like an asshole.
Yeah, I tried going into commies as Damone, but fucking, who was it? That piece of shit. Ivan AIDS. Fucking, or was it Ivan? If it wasn't Ivan, I'm sorry, but someone fucking went over there to ruin my fun. And Tommy fell for it for like 5 seconds.
It would be something like that. But, you know what would be funny is if you called Nunya's landlord as Damone.
Yeah, I'm not calling anybody. A swift hit and a miss from Mitch. No, I'm not calling anybody. It's not my... what reason would I have to do that? So, no.
You know what's weird is that I had Denise up here, and she's talking about Clovis. You heard that part?
Yeah, I heard about
But
it.
you actually have a history with Clovis, randomly.
A very slight and funny history of like what amounts to 30-odd minutes. I literally got her to play the fucking the Haystack Sniper, the Ed song. What was the lighters up, bro? Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I didn't know what she was saying half the time because she's probably referencing a whole other legendarium of historical facts and archives of another community drama that no one here knows what the fuck she's talking about. I don't. So,
You and Denise have acquaintances in common.
I don't know if she likes Sam or doesn't like Sam.
Sam's whatever.
You hate Sam too?
Did you see the footage of Sam driving all over the road? Swerving.
Oh,
and...
he gets. Go to the video. Go to the or you want? Do you think it might strike you?
I'll play it.
Because I left a comment under there. Go see what it says, and I think you'll have a laugh.
Alright.
I'll let the timestamp and read the comment, and it'll all make sense. This is the video he uploaded himself, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, definitely. Look at
Who puts a freaking soundtrack to their own body cam, dash cam DUI arrest?
Not Sam Dunn.
Whoa! He's crossing the line. There's an edit there for no discernible reason.
For dramatic effect.
That's pretty bad. Like, right where how he's all the way in the other lane.
What the fuck is he doing on the other lane?
He's got at least.
Is he prepping for like a left? What the fuck?
on the line again.
You gotta pick a side. Pick a lane.
Why do you make that slow motion turn?
This tag is valid and is registered to a 36-year-old male named. It is insured by State Farm Mutual Automobile Insurance C.
So this man's 36. God, everything I learned about this guy just makes me pity him more.
Wow. Now he's straddling the line. Half his car is in either lane. This is almost worse because you believe he deserved to be pulled over, right? Wouldn't you pull this guy over?
I guess. Yeah, definitely.
And then it's almost worse because then he gets pulled over and he blows up. They give him a breathalyzer. He blows a 0.00. It's like that's almost worse that you weren't drunk and you still drive like this.
It's like, why were you doing that? And sober, apparently.
You drive like this fully sober, dude.
God damn. He's trying to make it into a Christopher Nolan movie.
You got Hans Zimmer to score his DUI.
You put Hans Zimmer in as the composer for this fucking trailer. It's like a trailer for a movie that will never happen.
Yeah, this is like Resident Evil 3.
Wait, Resident Evil 3? The fuck?
Whatever.
Imagine he just goes in full reverse. He's like, yeah! Pull over, Sam. Is the cop getting on the fucking? I mean, he can do that, right? He's a cop. Look at this. Look at this fucking twink, dude. Look at this fruity looking guy. Oh god.
If someone else had gotten the footage, it would still be funny, but it just makes it funnier that he
released it himself.
Imagine uploading to your channel. You complaining to the cops.
Yeah, it hurts. It's not meant to be fucking comfortable.
It's still punching my back.
Yo, fucking. Oh my fucking god, dude. Yo, this man.
Sir, it's still punching my back.
Keep playing it.
I'm gonna make that a sound drop.
It's hard not to. The positioning is very 5-10 minutes. Maybe 50. Alright, it does hurt, but if you don't have to go.
I wish we had captions.
Go to my comment.
Oh, what? Okay.
Go to my comment and go to the timestamp.
Alright.
Did he delete it? Fucking scumbag.
No.
Go to the newest comment. I should be there.
Hmm. I don't see it.
The reply, Haystack's reply.
Oh. Ah, gross. This one?
Yeah.
Words uttered by JT Colfax as Sam.
Definitely not comfortable. It actually hurts.
Definitely not comfortable. It hurts.
What did he say there? What was the cop saying? It's a long period of silence, and then he cuts.
That's where the infamous.
What the?
Yo, he looks like fucking. He looks like Fade Routha from Dude 2, bro. He looks like Harkonnen. He looks like. Right there, he looks like something out of the X-Files, bro.
Oh man. Wow. It seems like this is like a much longer video, so these are the choice cuts that he put in there.
This man looks like Fade Routha Harkonnen, bro. Cousin. Yeah, you wouldn't be the first relative I've killed. Oh, I didn't see that. I didn't see that I didn't see that part. Oh my god. That was hilarious. Oh my god. Funniest shit I've seen all fucking day. Look at this man!
Sir, he's like, sir, it's still punching me.
Sir, it hurts. It's like punching.
It's punching me in the back. How much longer? 5 or 10 minutes. Like,
look at this.
So what does the cop say? Something like, "What, you think that's meant to be comfortable?" And he's like,
Yes,
"Sir,
fucking of course.
it's not meant to be
It's not meant to be comfortable.
comfortable, sir. It's not meant. It's not about.
It's not meant to be comfortable, sir. You gotta suck it up. What is the argument here? Look, his eyes don't do him any favors. Even if it's black and white, even if you can't see color, something's wrong. You know it's bad when, even if you put out all of the saturation in the image, you make it black and white, and you can still fucking see that there's something wrong.
He says it's not about comfort, and then he immediately complains that it's uncomfortable.
No, because he probably just got told, sir, it's not meant to be comfortable.
Definitely not comfortable. It actually hurts.
It's not about comfort. It's definitely not uncomfortable. It actually hurts.
Oh. I
Wait,
did
what
not
is?
expect to laugh this hard, dude. Oh man.
Do you know what he says there?
What did he say? I didn't hear it.
I can't. Maybe you can't make it out. Sam was there. He should have put captions on this.
He probably did it because it's probably embarrassing. But...
Yeah. Sam, we don't even know what the cop is saying to you, dude. Over your Hans Zimmer music. So it's just a long ass. Why include that? Why include 10 seconds of just noise and then it cuts to a different one? And then there's several seconds of just him sitting like this. Why not cut to the next relevant part? Why do we need to look at the top of his head and then... Sam.
It looks like Fade Rauta. It was like that guy from Dune 2. Yes! Put that picture up. Put it up. Put it up. He looks like... he looks like Fade Rauta from Dune 2. Paul Atreides' worst nightmare. You fought well, Atreides. Oh man.
What's he hoping to accomplish putting this on his YouTube?
You fought well, Atreides.
Oh, they arrested him for DUI despite, he says, in my case, being detained in a, okay, if you are the description says, if you are a law-abiding citizen and a sober, unimpaired driver, beware. You can, in an instant, be detained, arrested, and have your civil and constitutional rights revoked for absolutely nothing at all when the evidence proves you definitively innocent to the arresting officer at the time of arrest. In my case, being detained and arrested for DUI when I consume no alcohol, blue 000, passed a field sobriety test and submitted to urinalysis that detected no illegal narcotics. Well, this video that you uploaded, Sam, doesn't prove that. Why didn't he include, why didn't Sam upload the full badge cam? How about that, Sam? Just do that. So we can see the whole sobriety test and everything. And we'll be the judge of whether you were impaired and whether it was, it seemed like the right thing to do. If you're going to stand up here and publicly state that you are a victim and all these, your civil and constitutional rights were revoked. If you're gonna make that, that's a bold ass claim, dude. How are you gonna write that and then only include a fragment, a 4-minute supercut of your DUI arrest?
He's so stupid.
Oh my god. Oh.
Oh, can't. Oh, fuck me, dude. Oh, I'm so glad this fucking exists.
Best thing Sam ever did.
Oh, dude. Dude, fuck this guy, man. He throws his money around like anyone cares.
Yeah, he's pretty foul.
Yeah, I think one thing I will give Tommy credit for is if he fucking disavows this guy after, with the whole Vic thing.
Yeah.
It's like all expenses paid to go fucking drop in on the trial. I'm like, dude, get a life, man.
Which trial? The
PHI and her,
yeah,
her
okay.
child.
That's crazy.
Dude.
Sam did say in chat, yeah, that maybe I should have paid Vic to go to courthouse instead.
Yo, this man, dude. Tommy did he? Was this
Vic
poster?
Vic said maybe I should pay. I mean, Sam said maybe I should pay Vic to go to a courthouse. I should have paid Vic to go to a courthouse instead of paying for PHI to go on a catch.
So what is he trying to deny that he did it?
He's saying
Vic straight up, if you're gonna take Vic at his word, which to be fair, is a lofty ambition, but it's
Sam
what do
was
you call it?
saying, I don't know if it was a joke or whatever, but he was talking about taking money that he spent on a catch and he wishes he would have spent it on sending Vic to courthouse. Like that would be a better use of his money than sending PHI on a catch.
Right. Oh, Sam. Content fucking gold mine.